What's up, guys? And we're back for another episode of the Justin Caviar Show. My guest today is Anna Espinola. All right. She's out of Dubai. She is a high profile model, entrepreneur, and athlete. And I think you guys are going to gain a lot of value today from her message and her mission. And Anna, I would love to welcome you to the show.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Absolutely. So let's get right into it. Tell people a little bit more about what you do.
Well, what I'm doing right now, I have my own fat burner line. So I'm developing another formula, especially for women, that is gonna consist to have it's gonna inhibit your appetite, have the sensation of fullness, and it's gonna help you to grow your hair and lashes and nails. So I'm developing this other formula, but I'm still with this one. So I'm really like advocated to fitness, and modeling will be like, let's say, my second job. And influencing now is like really helping me a lot because social media moves everything, like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Like if you're not on social media, it's hard to sell your product.
Right. Gotcha. And how did you get into the whole like influencer space? I'm sure that's not something that you, when you were growing up, you're like, you know what, one day I'm going to be an influencer. How did that whole thing come together?
Being honest, I never expect to have the followers or the people that follow me now, because when I started, Instagram was 2015. I started just because my little sister say like, oh, Facebook is like only for the family and you're not able to post the pictures there. That's only for the grandma people. You have to like be in Instagram. So she was the one who actually helped me to build my profile and put the hashtags. I didn't do like anything. So she was telling me like, you have to post stories as well. So that helped me to understand what the people want to look. There's tons of girls on Instagram. There's tons of like, you go into Instagram, it's gonna be boobs and ass. But if you go, yeah, you have to be honest. But if you go to a story where you can see like something inspires me, something that motivates me to go to the gym, and boobs and ass, of course, and something that make me laugh, you're gonna be like checking the stories the whole time. So if you build the right content for your right audience, you will have like more and more people. So today I reached 1.3, and I'm like really excited because that means like 1 million people like follows me. Like that's a lot of people. Like how come like I can attract that amount of people with all the jokes and memes that I post, you know?
So how does it feel to have that many people, looking at your stuff on an annual basis every year? How does having that, I guess you could say, power, how do you cultivate that?
Well, first of all, there is tons of pages for influencers. Let's say here in Emirates, there are like 3 apps for influencers that are like super well known. So having like a good platform, they can like unlock you from levels. You can have like free lunches, free dinners, free staycations that they pay you to go to the hotel and say that you're staying in the hotel. Imagine how big is the social media now and the marketing right now. So yes, it's a good tool that you have to have it if you wanna like sell something or be on the market or be in view in this case.
So what's your craziest free gift story? Like from being an influencer that someone said, hey, here, I just want you to, come on my private jet and bring all your friends. What's the most extravagant story that you have?
Was like this is kind of like a morbo. Was a guy that keep texting me, and you can see that it's like a real person, but you don't want to like follow them back, right? You can see that it's that someone really interests you in meeting you, until the guy like bring to the table, because I wasn't admitting the DM, say like, I want like a special video, and I was like, I don't do porn, like you're gonna waste your money, like I don't do anything of that, like no, it's this like really like. So the guy want me to be on a video, but with this retractable knife.
No.
It's like a toy for kids that they play like, oh, I'm gonna like stab you.
Like a fake plastic Halloween
Yes,
knife?
yes.
Okay.
So he wanted me to do a video with that and playing that I was stabbing.
Interesting. And he paid you for that and all that.
He gave me 1,000. and he shipped me the toys from Amazon and everything. I was like, I don't get like what people like get excited. I don't get this type of marble, but it's really like make me feel weird right now. I was like, okay, if the people like this thing, I am really like investing all this. How is investing? I did discovery of like serial killers and everything. I'm like, he might be a serial killer and I'm just feeding his marble. This is so bad. I shouldn't do like. And after that, I have to block the profile. I was like, I don't think I can do another video like this.
That's so interesting. So anyone that has, that busted their ass through school and barely making money, you're in the wrong line of work.
Just want to stop people, They would like that thing.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. And then you're in Dubai now. I know a lot of influencers live in Dubai. I'm assuming you're not from Dubai, right?
No, I'm not from Dubai. I'm from Paraguay. That is a country, small country between Brazil and Argentina. I left Paraguay when I was 17 years old. I went to New York to do like a cultural exchange when I used to go to another family and learn English. When I was in New York, I realized I don't want to come back to Paraguay. I'm so sorry, Daddy, but this is not my place. Like after seeing everything in New York, I didn't see myself in Paraguay. I came back, I explained him that, and he's like, "Okay, where you want to study, what you want to study, I'm gonna help you. Like for studying, I don't mind. Like I totally understand you don't wanna be here." So I was just checking places, but I wasn't able to decide where because living in the United States as well is hard for Latin people to get used to that. So I was just checking until I was working in an office like a secretary and going to the college, and after college and go to house again, like barely have time. I was so exhausted, and like life like a student is like you don't have money because your minimum salary is just to pay your expenses. Like you have to pay the bus, you have to pay your scholarship. That is like super expensive for a minimum salary. I was like, I don't have a life. And my friend told me like, you're pretty, you can do like promotion stuff, like giving flyers or something like this on the clubs. It doesn't have to be like well-known club if you're like you don't feel like being in front of everyone. But they pay you good money for 2 hours giving flyers. I was like, okay, whatever. I don't have nothing else to do during the weekends. It's going to be extra income. I went, give the flyers, and after let's say 3 weekends, they contact me from Corona, Cerveza Moctezuma, that is Corona, the Corona, Mexico. And they invited me to go to the carnival in Mexico. I told to my dad, and he's like, yes, and that's something nice. You wanna go out, like take the opportunity, go out. As soon as I arrived in Mexico, I was like, no, I'm staying here.
Oh man. So what would you tell someone that was in your position from South America that maybe is younger, like a younger girl or a younger guy, and they want to get out of South America and come to Dubai, or they want to go to Europe or North America? What would be your best advice because you've already done it?
First of all, you have to find what actually likes you. Like I love fitness. I love modeling. I love like making people laugh. So I fit in that. I can say, oh, I would like to learn cooking. I'm a disaster. I don't know how to do a sandwich. Like, don't tell me to do
Can't
that.
cook?
You have to find your passion and fight for it. Maybe you can say, I know how to play the guitar, and you go and you're like, yeah. No, you maybe like to do that, but that's not your talent. So find what is really like and what you are able to do. So I am saying to all these people that they are doing like minimum salary and they want to get out. I need to, I want to have an extra income. Don't feel afraid to try other things. Be afraid of not trying it, because if I didn't try it, I will be keeping there with my secretary salary and like fighting and struggling. But I took the chance. Why not? Why I'm not able to do it?
Yeah. What would you tell someone that is scared to take the risk? Because let's say they're from, Argentina or Uruguay or whatever, right? And let's say they're in Buenos Aires, and their whole life they've been in Argentina, and they're scared to move because they have their family and they're not sure if they'll be able to make money, and it just hinders them from going. What would you tell that person?
You have to like go for it, and you have to feel confident. I'm gonna tell you like a story, and I want you the people realize how strong are the powers of the words. When I was little girl, we used to play this game with the cards, and it was like house, ranch, palace. So the one that stayed with the palace was the winner. So I always play that, and I always stay in the palace. And my older sister, she was, man, you're doing tricks. You're never gonna be living in a palace. And I'm like, look at me now.
Oh man, that's
But
hilarious.
since a little kid, I was like, oh, it's my dream. It's going to be my dream. Even when I was going to the school, I remember we stopped by on the magazines places, and I always say to my partners, I want to be the cover of my magazine. And they were like, you're not pretty. Stop dreaming. And I'm like,
Oh
so
man.
take the chance, because you're gonna be regretting all your life for the chance you didn't take. It's better to make a mistake and try it again, because the one who is successful is not the one who wins right away. It's the one who keep until win.
Yes. I always tell people I might not win in the beginning, but I always win in the end.
Yes, you have to keep trying, because if you
So
don't try, you don't know.
yeah, no, I mean that's a good point. But let's play devil's advocate. Worst case scenario: what if you're ugly? Hey, you're not pretty at all. Let's maybe you don't have any skills. You're really like not that qualified to do anything. You're just a normal day to day employee.
I'm gonna tell you
What?
how. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
No,
gonna tell you
go ahead.
how how I get hired to be on Playboy.
Okay.
I was always watching the magazines, and they always request models, blonde blue eyes foreigner. Well,
Mm.
I am foreigner, but I'm not blonde. I don't have blue eyes. I'm not going to the casting. I'm gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna like put like blonde on my hair. I'm not gonna use lens contacts. So that's not me. It's gonna be a waste of my time going to the casting.
Mm.
So my friend that is, let's say, hosts of the clubs invite me for a Playboy party, but you have to dress a gown. And I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time. They're never gonna choose me. And he's like, please, I only have 5 invites. I'm like, I'm not going. The party was at 8 p.m. He texts me at 11 p.m. and say, if you don't go and no one put my name on the list, they're not gonna pay me. And I really need the money because my son is sick. Can you go and just sign it? You don't have to like dress up a gown. The party is already finished. And I was like, yo, you're manipulating me with your family. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. You're my friend, you know. I don't like just go in and sign. For you, it's okay. As soon as I came, I was literally with leggings and like sneakers, just like a random t-shirt. I arrived, I signed my name, I see drinks, some little bites. I'm like, okay, I'm already here. Why not? So these these Venezuelan guys come to me and say, like, oh, you're really pretty. Can you make a signature here on the magazine, and we're gonna film you and to show to our Venezuelan friends that we were with a playmate. And I'm like, I'm not a playmate. Yeah, but in Venezuela there's no internet, so it doesn't matter. We will say that you're famous. I'm like, if it works for you, it works for me. So I
Right.
started to sign the magazine, and they were making video with the flash, and all the people come down suddenly and started to make me video. I'm like, no, I don't work here. And the Playboy like all behind me. I'm like, no, I don't work here. I don't work here. Like, I don't work here. Everybody's like, why you don't work here? Because I just came. And how you came? I'm like, by Uber? I'm like, what are you asking me? And this little guy come and say, like, who invited you? I'm like, invite me this friend, but you know his son, la 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 la. And we keep seeing cheers, because I was like already there. Everybody like loves me suddenly. I was so popular suddenly just because they make video on me. And cheers. And this little guy say, welcome to Play with Family. I'm like, what? And he said, yeah, I'm the casting director. I was like already out with the tequila. And I say to him, everybody says here in Mexico that there's someone, but I'm not that I'm never going to be a playmate. And he's like, I'm going to show you next week who's going to be a playmate. I'm like, yeah, people talk a lot of shit in Mexico. Next week, I received an email saying your photo shoot tomorrow. And I was like, is this really from Playboy Mexico? I like touched the email like thousands of times to see if it wasn't like a scam or something like that, or just like a pervert just trying to get like
Yeah.
naked picture of me. But it was like the legit email. And I was like, damn, he really was. And I called him liar. And I'm like, okay, should I go? Should I not go? What should I do? And then I text to my friend and I tell him everything. He's like, congrats, you got in. And I'm like, do you think this is a casting? He's like, no, you should go, you should go. So I was so afraid of not qualifying for the pictures. Like I was like, I am brunette, my hair is like this, I am doing fitness. How I'm gonna like I'm not like the type of girls that they want. But what I'm gonna do is like being disrespectful with an invitation of them. Let me go and try if I fit with the pictures. So I went there, was a bunny manager that is the manager of all the bunnies. She's American. She's like blonde with blue eyes. And she asked me, how did you get here? I'm like, by taxi. It's like, no, but I never saw you.
Uber. I
Yes,
got here by Uber.
I never saw you in the office. And the girls have to go through a casting. And after that casting, we make like a proof of pictures. After that proof of pictures, we test them one page. After that page, if they have like a lot of acceptance, we do like 5 pages. After 5 pages, 10 pages, and after 15. And you just arrive here and you're gonna be playmate of the month. So tell me how you did it. And I'm like, just drinking.
I am an actual mastermind and I planned all this.
Yes. And when I left the photo shoot, I was like literally, because I didn't know that I was like going for Playmate of the Month. I thought it would be only lingerie or bikini or like just like a shoot test. But I was like, no, you have to be naked. I'm like, wow, okay. That was like, I left the place and they created a group of WhatsApp. They add me and say like, welcome to the family. You did it great. They sent me pictures and I was like, I cannot like believe that you see something in me pretty when I was like seeing like nothing. I was seeing just me myself with the sneakers and going to like, okay, let me go and go do this sign. But was like was just like me being happy that he explained me, you're not the type of girl that we're looking for. But the party was already finished.
Right.
And suddenly everyone want to stay and everyone want to take pictures with you instead of with the other girls. So you bring something special. So don't ever feel that you're not special enough, because you are like more than special, because you make those people to stay without even no having heels, no makeup on, like just like they talking like. So don't ever feel that you're not good enough, because you have something in you. You just have to discover what it is and go for it.
Yeah, I think that is a good point because a lot of people think you have to do it by the book, right? And a lot of the times you do have to do it by the book. However, sometimes if you just go for it and see what happens, sometimes you actually fall into things that you're not supposed to fall in. Like you got into Playboy kind of like a backdoor way that you weren't supposed to be there. You were supposed to do it the right way, all this bullshit, but you didn't do that. And you just went, you said, okay, I'm going to do it for my friend. You ended up going, and then this opportunity presented itself to you, and it wasn't planned, it wasn't calculated, but it worked, and you got there. I think that's a good lesson for people to say, just say yes to some things, right? Not everything, but there's a movie called Yes Man with Jim Carrey, and where he has to say yes to everything. And obviously, I don't recommend you say yes to everything. Do your due diligence, do your research. However, if you say yes more often, chances are more things are going to open up. You might meet someone that likes you, that you create a good bond with, a very strong, intangible bond with. And I think that opportunity only presents itself if you're open-minded and you just go for it instead of being scared, right?
Yes.
What would you exactly what would you say to people that view you and maybe all the other like Playboy people and other influencers as just a pretty face?
Well, I appreciate you calling me pretty face. Sometimes I don't see myself like so pretty, but thank you. Um, you have to understand to have a pretty face and be in social media, you're gonna attract like a lot of people that criticize you. And when I was chubby, you are too chubby. When I was into fitness, you look like a man. Right now, you look plastic. So you're never gonna please all these people. So you have to only have confidence in yourself. Look at
Mm.
yourself in the mirror and say, I did it, I look good, and repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you're gonna allow all these people, like they're like you click in their profiles and they don't even go to the gym. But I'm look manly, right? I'm a man
Yeah.
already. Oh, they put steroids. I'm like, yo, you don't even like go out of your house, right? How you gonna criticize me? So it's just like tons of people that I say there's tons of people with free Wi-Fi. That's it. That's it. That's it. The only so don't consider yourself that you're not good enough, that you're not pretty. You have to believe it because if you don't
Mm.
believe it, you're gonna allow all these toxic comments come to your head and really ruin
Right.
your day and even life. If you're really like eating it, like reading it and eating it every day, you're gonna say like, oh, they might be right. Maybe I'm too like I look like a man. Maybe you're gonna start to feel insecure about yourself, but fuck them. Like I wanna be happy. I wanna be happy and I'm happy the way I look. So believe it.
So that's an interesting point. So we'll touch on that. People see your profile, they see you're in shape, attractive, you have 1 million+ followers, you're verified, you're in Playboy. They view you as a celebrity, right? What are some of the things that most people don't see, the worst, like the bad parts about being famous in this specific field? Because a lot of girls want to be in your position, right? A lot of girls are like half naked. They're trying to get there. Some girls are fully naked and they're posting pictures every day and they have, maybe 10, 20,000 followers. They don't have 1 million+ followers like you and people that you know in the circle that you're in, right? So I feel like everyone sees the good parts because they're not there, but you've gotten there. What would be your message to the young girls coming up that aren't there? And what would you tell them the bad parts about being where you are?
Okay, the first thing to reach to the million followers is to create good content. Don't expose yourself with pictures that you're gonna be regret later. That means don't expose your private life. I regret a lot the times that I post pictures with my ex-boyfriend. I create him
Mm.
like an Instagram. Why he have to be in social media? He have to be in his house with me, not in fucking Instagram. Why I did that? Just I wanna show off that I'm living there, like a good life, and he wanna make him feel secure that he was with me because he's like, I wanna like you put that you're with me because I feel sometimes that I'm not like good looking or like I am older than you, so I wanna make me feel secure. So that was like our worst mistake. Keep your private life like private. That means family as well. My mom, when she passed away, she was suffering of cancer. So I post a picture with her, and she's like wearing, how you say this? A pashmina, we say here in Emirates. But she was
Okay.
wearing that because she was sick. But I don't need to explain that to everyone. I post a picture with her, and they're like, "Is she Muslim? Why she's using that? This is so disrespectful." And people in comments of hates and hates and hates. And I was like, I'm not gonna tell everyone that she's sick with cancer and she's almost to die right now. But was my mistake to expose her there. So don't
Mm.
put your private life on social media. And don't post pictures that you're gonna regret later. That means if you're partying, no one needs to know how many bottles are you drinking. You tomorrow you're gonna be hangover and you're gonna be regretting this.
Oh man. So where do you see the future of, you know, people, not necessarily you, but other influencers in this space, right? Because let's face it, people are attractive for a certain time, but father time is undefeated. Eventually you'll get older, you'll turn 30, you'll turn 40, you'll turn 50. And if you don't set aside, maybe you didn't invest, maybe you don't have your own business. Now the pretty girls are now the older girls, and now there's new pretty girls, and it's a cycle. Where do you see these influencers going now that are
Well,
starting to get older?
I have like let's say engagement groups that help you a lot when you're verified. I engage with you with your page. I give you likes, you give me likes. We interchange followers. We do SFS like shout out for stories. And I just was watching one story of one girl that she's recommended me with his manager, and she was like responding questions. What do you
Mhm.
do with all the money you earn? And I was surprised with her answer. I'm buying my fourth house next week. I was like, okay, I shouldn't discuss this. Nothing with her. I think her manager is good. I think he's doing a great job. So you have to be smart because influencer is like an athlete, right? Like what happened with this soccer player? He was playing, he had like something like in his heart. So you don't know when it's gonna be your time. You don't know when you're gonna get like leisure. You don't know when it's gonna stop. Especially
Mhm.
for girls that do modeling after 25 years old, it's gonna be hard to have like good contracts because they're coming like younger girls with they don't ask you a lot of money. They will double like do the double things that you're doing for only 1 2 hours because they want to get famous. So you have
Mhm.
to be smart in how you manage your money and just don't spend it like crazy because you're not going to be young forever. Just be smart what you do, like smart moves.
Don't spend your money, girl. Spend the guy's money. Come on, that's like influencer 101.
Yeah, of course. No, I could love. You go to a place and say like, oh, I
Especially Dubai.
propose you.
Yeah,
No,
especially
I'm telling
Dubai.
you, there are like three famous apps here. So when you have like certain level of following, they give you
Mhm.
free gym passes, free lunch, free dinners, and even like free staycations. So that is good because you get to know influencers from all other like countries. Like the other girls were like flight attendants from Emirates. The other ones
Mhm.
were from Canada. So we are just like all together, just drinking and just like smoking shisha like stupid. Like we don't have like nothing else to do except like posting a picture and tag the place. So for the
Yes.
place, it's good because people they see their page and they will say like, oh, all the hot girls go there. And they go and want to book a table the night after. So it's convenient for the place. But for us, it's like, oh, we're just gonna go and smoke shisha.
Is that why Dubai is so infested with influencers?
And I'm actually not in Dubai. I'm in Abu Dhabi, that is 1 hour away
Okay.
from Dubai. But yes, Dubai is like, first at all, Dubai is one of the only open countries right now with COVID. Dubai and Mexico. Mexico doesn't even ask you a PCR. Europe, you can travel, but only if you're European or full vaccinated. But before was only Tulum or Dubai. So most of the people is like, I want to do something. Like I cannot be locked down my whole life. I want to go vacation. I want to do this. I want to do this. So they just or Tulum or Dubai.
When did you go to Abu Dhabi? And where did you
Uh,
come from?
I was coming from Mexico, but I came here to Emirates. Decided to do the vaccine. I just was looking that my country is not. We're not gonna get it for everyone.
Mhm.
And the situation was like super stressing. In 1 month that I was there, it passed away like eight like close friends. I was like, this is like sooner or later it's gonna touch us and I need to get the vaccine. I went to
Right.
Mexico. They're gonna have the vaccine, but it's first for Mexicans, and Mexicans is like 122 million of population. So I have to wait 1 to 2 million of people to get the vaccine, and after will be my turn. So I was like, I'm not gonna get it in Mexico either. But here in Emirates, as soon you have your papers, they'll provide you free vaccine. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna try and get my vaccination. So I came here only for that. And I'm happy that I did it because here in Abu Dhabi, imagine how it's like how the government forced the people to get the vaccine. So it's like a full healthy population. Since Tuesday, if you're not fully vaccinated, you are not able to go public places, supermarkets,
Wow.
pharmacy. So if you're not fully vaccinated, you have to stay home or you have to have a recent PCR. So in that way, they make sure that everybody goes and get the vaccine. No more like no another round, no another COVID. No, they make sure like if you're not vaccinated, just stay in your house. You're not helping.
That's crazy. What's your thoughts on that?
I am saying that if you have the opportunity and it's for free, and most people doesn't do it because oh, I just read that they give you like secondary effects. So
Mm,
from 0 to have COVID and die, or 85% and being safe and maybe have a fever, I prefer 85% and being alive. So don't be grateful of the opportunities that God is giving you, because
mm.
in Paraguay, they don't have it. In Mexico, I'm not gonna get it. So why I'm gonna be here like, oh, I don't want to get it because I read something on the internet. I'm like, oh, there's tons of shit on the internet. Let's start from there. So
Right.
be mature in the situation that we are and take
What would
advantage.
Right. What would you tell people that already had it and I had it and not me, but I'm saying like in general, like what if someone says, well, I had it and it was nothing. So why would I get a vaccine? I already had it. What would you
Uh,
tell that person?
the people who are already vaccinated, there is like a booster that come after 6 months, but that depends on how much is your immune system. So to that people that already have the vaccine,
No, not vaccine. Who already got COVID and it was nothing.
no. Get the vaccination. Like the
Mm.
virus keep changing and day per day. So now it looks like this, tomorrow looks like this. And like the
Yeah.
experience of my dad have it for 3 times already. So don't come and tell
Oh
me
wow.
that is, yeah, don't come and tell me that it's not like grab you again. Because it
Right.
grab you when your immune system is low. When you go to a party and you don't wear a face mask, when you're like just not doing things properly. So
Right.
please, if you don't care about yourself, care about other ones, and don't bring it to us.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's getting out of the selfish mindset of if you want to, if you want to take the risk with yourself, take the risk with yourself, but then it starts bleeding into other people that might, maybe are older or have other conditions that you don't have. You're healthy, you're active, you have a strong immune system. You could get COVID 4 times and it doesn't matter, but somebody else gets it once and dies. So there is, it's an interesting gray area for sure. Um, what would you say to all the people that follow you, right? All your fans, quote unquote, that don't know about you? That's something that they would find intriguing.
Um, People think that I am super extroverted, but I'm actually like I really like to spend time with myself. I know it sounds weird, but people see me like, oh, she's a party girl. She's always in the best part. I'm like, that's what I post. I'm not even there right now. I'm here with my puppy watching Netflix. Like, that's why I like this social distancing, because I enjoy my own company. So you have to filter the people that you have in your life. Because when I was living in Miami, it was like party every day. And I
Mm,
regret that part of my life because I feel I was like time wasted. I didn't focus in anything and do anything because I have everything, with the host being pretty good in Miami, you have everything for free. I didn't like make myself productive. So I
right.
realized when I came back from Miami to Mexico, I realized like what the fuck I'm doing, like partying every day. Like this is not okay. So yes, like they don't know because I don't want people to know who I really am. That makes sense because that is like
Yes.
really exposing you, make you like vulnerable. Like I say, I post my mom and all like the bad comments. I was like, this is my mom. Like, please have some respect. Even I post
Yes.
my dad one time, and my dad is older than me. He's 64 years old, and like someone commented, "Is that your sugar daddy?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's my fucking daddy. Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
Mm.
like." Don't do things that you're gonna regret later. So keep yourself private so you don't allow these kind of people in your life.
Yeah, you can't take that stuff personal. Those people don't know you and they're going to say anything. They say stuff to Justin Bieber every day. You think Justin Bieber takes it personal? He might, but probably not.
No, I don't think Kylie Jenner like even read her comments. She just posted
No,
pictures.
why would
She get
you? What?
10K, 200K. She's like, I did it again. Bye, loser.
Exactly. I've never got I've never gotten a message from Leonardo DiCaprio that was bad.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. Right. I've never gotten a message from Justin Bieber saying that I suck. Right. Because Justin Bieber doesn't even know I exist. You know why? Because he's on another level. So those people that are coming at you, they're nothing, right? And they don't know you personally. What's something that you do that they like people wouldn't know? Like, do you play chess? What do you like watching? Do you like watching reality shows, or do you like watching romantic movies? What's something that you do? You like rollerblading, biking, swimming? Do you like
I
photography?
I think everybody knows that I love Pokemon Go, that I'm a super like nerd, like
I didn't know
talking.
that.
Like I'm being like streaming like all my games. I was playing FIFA. I have like all my old team, my teams. I was like doing like championships, betting money. I'm like, let's make money of this. However, it's just like got out of control sometimes. But we did it on Sunday, so what's good was FIFA. So yeah, I'm a little nerdy that kind of part because there are things that you have to enjoy. Like say like
Mhm.
being a kid, just enjoy life. Don't take it so seriously. If you want to go out, but do something that makes you happy. If that is only like playing with your dog, just go and like spend time with your dog, with your pet. Do what makes you happy, because happy people attract happy people as well. If you are
Yes.
like in a circle that only like your circle is only like let's go for a drink, let's go for a drink, let's go for a drink. That drink is gonna turn like everyday drink. And if you don't
Yes.
go to the drink with them, they're like, oh, you're such a grandma. And when you really need them, they're not there. They're having a drink. So you have to know what kind of people you want to attract.
Right. You know what's crazy is I went to a wedding this past weekend, and as I was flying, I've obviously flew hundreds of times in my life. People fly every day. Some people have flown thousands of times. And what's crazy is I was looking above, and as we're leaving the city that we went to, coming back to Florida, I was looking at the city that we stayed, the downtown, and it was like up in the air. It was a tiny little speck. And I said, it was kind of like me looking at an ant pile and looking at the little ants, and they're running around and everyone's arguing, but it's a tiny little ant pile on a piece of grass. And that's how this city looked in the plane, right? And people fly all the time. They never think about this stuff, but I'm a weirdo and I think about this stuff. And I look and I'm like, this is nothing like compared to what the universe is. Like our lives, our problems mean zero. And I think one, you have to enjoy life because your problems, as bad as they really don't mean anything to life. You're
Mhm.
think about 150 years ago. Everyone that was alive is now dead. Everyone in New York City walking around, everyone that got the paper, that got breakfast, they're all dead. So
Yes.
you have to understand that we're on a ticking time clock, and your stuff, as important as you think you are, you're not important at all. Even Elon Musk, he's important for moving the needle and creating society in a better way. But even him, as far as like the grand scheme of the universe, he's not that important. But he's more important than most, 99.9%. But he's not more important as far as like you know what life is itself, which is a whole different conversation. And so I think it's so interesting because humans are amazing. Just the fact that I'm able to fly out like a bird in the sky and be in another city or another country within hours is just so remarkable, and we take it for granted. I think
Yes.
that's a thing that humans do. I was thinking about that. Who's your favorite Pokemon?
I am evolution all them to have a fight with the pool guy. Like he plays too.
Which guy?
With the pool guy, because there's like, you can make like a fight. So you could go walking and it's like, oh,
Mm.
is there's another player here? So I'm like, this is the pool guy. He's playing. He have a lot of free time. So
Oh
yeah,
man,
it's just having fun, especially
yeah.
because social media, like, it's just too much sometimes. I just wake up, I don't want to grab my phone. I prefer play Pokemon Go. And if there's something important, it will be like cling, like my group of
Oh
family,
man,
something like really, really important, it will like make a sound. So if it's not important, no need to like, I don't like, I am like, get every day, get you start
yes.
to say it's too much, and too
You
much
hear?
people. And I say this to the girls too: don't post pictures you're gonna regret later. Now you want likes, now you want followers, but
Mhm.
And what about when you want a boyfriend? Who's gonna take you serious if you're just posting this type of pictures? I don't want to anyone take it personal, but being honest, if I'm a guy and I'm look like someone's profile like this, well, I cannot take this girl to meet my mom. I can take
Mm.
it for a day, but to meet my mom, I don't know about that. So you have to, yes, you have to understand what type of people you want to attract with your
Mm.
profile. So don't feel like having less likes or having less followers is being less. Because if you only have 50 followers, that means that you can put inside of a room 50 persons. So you have the power of saying in your histories to 50 person that follows you a message. So don't think that your page is not big. You already put like in a room all these people that watch your stories every day. So that means something.
But Anna, now let's play. I'm going to play the other side, okay? But Anna, it's real easy for you to say you're verified, you've been in Playboy, you have millions of followers. I want to get to your level, and I feel like I have to post those pictures. What would you say to that person?
No, you don't need to do that. You just need to create content that can make it viral. I am following this Italian guy that he makes fun of the TikTokers. I never saw his page, but he was 1 million one day, and after 3 months, he's like 20 millions. And
Mm.
he's just making jokes, making people laugh, making content that goes viral. So you don't need to be like on panties or doing topless the whole day. You just make sure you create content that people gonna repost it.
Mm. I think that's a good point. If you create something before you post, think, would you repost this post? And if the answer is no, then you shouldn't. Would you agree with that?
Yes, exactly. Everything that I post is to make laugh like people. And everybody's like, please send me that meme, please send me that meme, please send me that meme. It is like super like silly, but
Yeah.
make people laugh. And that's all that matters. They're just posting me, this girl is hilarious. Look her bloopers. I went to like a water fun park and this is tricky. The guy make us like something tricky. He say, put coconut oil, you're gonna look better in the pictures. I'm like, okay, but I don't want my hair wet. And he's like, don't
Mm.
worry. However, we took the pictures, and in the moment that we're walking through the floaties, come all these guys and threw at us like water. So of course, the oil plus the water, we were like, like I couldn't arrive to the beach without falling down at least 15 times. So he was
Oh,
strict. And I post this video, and what's the video that have more reproductions of me being like show my ass or something because
right.
people like laugh. Oh my god, bloopers! Oh my god! Oh my god! Like they were just having fun.
That's hilarious. Life of an influencer, man. It's so different from normal people. Um, uh, yeah, wow. So I, I want to touch on to help your guy listeners, right? So you have a big following. A lot of them are females, but a lot of them are males.
Yes.
What are some of the biggest problems that men make when reaching out to attractive women?
Well, first of all, um, how they're gonna reach you. I'm gonna send you a DM. How I'm gonna invite you to go out if you have all these requests day per day. How I'm gonna make myself look special. So they try to look like for common friends, to who I follow, and to give you comments, please check your DM and things like that. But the main thing is like, if you're an influencer, yes, you can date another guy that have a big following. But me, I will never date a guy that have a big following. I prefer a guy that is chill, that doesn't have Instagram, barely have Facebook. Like I prefer something like this because
Right.
I don't need my life to be like outside. If that makes sense because people will criticize you like, no, he doesn't look he doesn't look to fit you. I don't know why you're dating this guy, so you're exposing your couple again to bad comments and you don't want
Mm.
that. Just keep it private.
What's the best approach that someone like a guy reached out to you and was like, wow, that was extremely clever? And what's the worst approach that guys should never do?
Well, I don't know why all these guys think that we wanna look at her dicks. Like, why I wanna like a dick of a stranger? We can just send it. Look,
Oh
baby.
my
I'm
god.
like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I'm gonna rep you right now. I'm gonna send you a book, a picture of my book. What are they like really expecting? Do they have a reply? I wanna know this. Do you actually have a reply or someone?
Oh
That's why you're
man.
doing this? Or you're just trying to see who like actually, because if they send you to you, I'm sure like he's sending his stick to everyone. So that's the worst approach. Why you're expecting me to say, oh, send me more? Like,
I think they do that because they just want to get a reaction out of you because they feel like you won't even like respond.
well, no, I won't even respond. That was the
Yeah, and that's
ugly.
a terrible way, guys. Do not send pictures of your dick. Okay.
No, no.
What's another bad way that guys reach out to females? Because I'm not talking specifically about you, but because you're in the circle of influencers, you're around a lot of other famous girls or online famous girls. What's some of the approaches that all the girls talk about? Like, oh my God, this guy did this horrible. What's the thing that you guys see, like a common trend
Yeah.
of bad approaches? So, God, I want this. The reason why I'm asking this is because I want guys to be educated because I feel like a lot of guys make bad decisions when it comes to reaching out to girls.
Um, First of all, you post a picture, they're gonna say like bad things on your pictures, but actually DM you and ask you to go out. So it's
Mm.
just to grab a reaction. And I'm like, if you're acting like this on my pictures, like why I wanna go out with you? You obviously you're not okay. Like this is not okay, you know? So don't do that, guys. If you really like a girl, just send her a DM or even an email. Oh, I would like to get to know you better. I am from here. I do this. Give you like a small introduction to see, oh, he's a normal guy. He speaks nice. He seems like well educated. Why not?
Right.
But if you just text him for a fake profile and send a picture of your dick, don't expect for an answer.
Oh man. So I want to make it very clear so the guys that listen can literally there's no mistakes. You're saying that the best approach to reach out to an influencer type girl, right? Obviously, you should have a good profile and you should look and take care of yourself, right? Be
Yes,
educated, all these things. But let's say these guys either have it or don't have it. Moving forward in that approach, you're saying the best like guys overcomplicate it. The best way is just say, hey, this and that. I think this and that, and then wait for a response versus
yes,
some
yes.
weird message.
Introduce yourself, show who you are,
Hmm.
why you want to date me, where you want to take me, show that you have a game. Just don't send like, hi, baby. Like, that wasn't even a question. Like, well, I'm gonna rep you today. At least, how are you? How's your family? I'm following you from this. I am from here. How's everything down there? Have a conversation. Have a game. Like, hi, baby. Like you're saying, sending this hi, baby to
Hmm.
800 more like girls. So this for me is not an interesting conversation. Like, there's no conversation actually.
Yeah, I always tell guys, um, if you want to reach out to a girl, don't just reach out to her. Respond to her like story and be intrigued with what she's doing.
Yes.
Not hey baby, hey all these things, or especially don't send any weird pictures. That will never
Yes.
work. So that's interesting. What are some of the dynamics of guy influencers, right? Because I'm sure they probably think that they probably think that they're like legends in their own mind.
Um,
How do the female influencers and the guy influencers interact? That for people that aren't in the circle.
I'm gonna tell you this story. I met this Italian influencer, and he was like, "Open your OnlyFans with my link." So I was like, "Oh, his pictures are like really hot," but always
Mm.
with a friend. So I'm like, "Oh, maybe he's his couple, right?" So I have a gay friend in Mexico. I saw him that he was traveling to Mexico and say like, "Oh, I want to set up like a dinner date." With who? With my friend. Like, he likes you and maybe you get to know each other. He's like, I'm not gay. I'm like, what? No, I'm not gay. I just post that type of pictures. So the gays guys subscribe to my OnlyFans and I have more fans. But I'm not gay. I'm here with my girlfriend. I was like, what a scam. Wow.
Oh,
So influencer guy for me are like not weird, but I am following this guy that makes fun of the TikTokers. I laugh like so bad. Like I laugh like oh my god, like this guy like make my day so bad. So I don't think that kind of like guys that already reach 11 millions try
Mm,
to impress someone because they started 1 million 3 months ago and they're already like 11 millions here. They're not trying to impress everyone. They're just doing what is like viral and what is like convenient for them. So
right.
for the guys that just starting, they just want to show off. Like I'm doing this, I am ambassador of this. I'm like, okay, we already know. Like you don't have to repeat and post it like 3 times per day. So it's like okay, it's just different. Like influencer girl and a influencer guy, they're like
Completely
different.
different.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
What would you say to a guy that doesn't have a lot of followers, but he's attractive, he has his shit together, and but he's not really like famous online? How does that guy get someone, that's a female influencer's attention?
I think this is gonna sound weird, but I prefer like a profile like that because I know that he's a normal person and he's not chasing me because there are tons of guys
Hmm.
that I was just chatting with them and they see my Instagram. Can you post me your stories? I'm like, what?
Oh wow, they actually say that?
Yes. I'm like,
Oh, Jesus
let me go
Christ.
to a restaurant. I'm like, not nice
Oh
at
my
all.
God.
Yes, I'm like, no, that's not the way. But however, the people that they're just like guys that are attractive, they have like wanna grow in social media, as I say, just create content that have like a lot of views. So if you're good
Mm,
in like let's say traders, Bitcoin, Forex, post about that because your audience
mhm.
is about that, and it's gonna keep growing, keep growing, keep growing.
Well, what if they're not interested? Like, what if they're a doctor, but they're not interested in being an influencer, right? So they have their shit together. They're smart. They're good looking, but they're not famous. And
Mhm.
how does a guy like that even reach out to someone that's on your level?
Like I say, write a nice email, introduce yourself. We are
Mm.
all the girls that I have on the engagement groups. We always share like these crazy DMs, and we're always like laugh. It's always the same guy texting
Ooh,
you.
that's a really good point. So, also, guys that are listening, keep in mind that if you're DMing multiple women that are
That's
in the
each
same
other.
inner circle, they all talk.
Screenshots, evidence. We have tons of them.
Ooh, screenshots. So you hear
Yes.
that? I feel like guys they send and they don't think that that's even a thing. So guys, you have to keep in mind that if you're reaching out and DMing females that are in the same inner circle, they're all going to talk about you, and then you might have had a chance with one of them, and now you have 0% chance with all of them.
Exactly. You burn your
You burned
bullets.
all the bridge. Oh man. So where do you see your business and your future going at in this current time?
Right now, I have with this vaccination I'm gonna have
Hmm.
with this app that is special here in Emirates and this new agency that dedicates to model trips. I have the opportunity to be travel blogger, and it's a thing that I always want to do. I remember I was watching this show in entertainment. That's what I say, the power of the words. And was this Paraguayan TV host and she only goes to the places, she parties, she drinks, she eats, she just shows something nice, but she's just so cute. We want to watch where is her next trip. And that was
Right.
wide on entertainment. So I think that's what makes me happy. And with this lockdown, I'm not able to pay a ticket to Abu Dhabi right now, but I'm able to pay 10 USD to watch you doing the things I'm not able to do it. So
Hmm.
I am seeing through you things I'm not gonna be able to see right now. So take advantage of the lockdown. How you gonna monetize, like make money
Yes.
of
Yep.
your image? You don't have to do porn because everybody thinks that OnlyFans is only porn. That's not true. It's just doing the right content. So people right now are locked down. So take advantage of that. You can go out, you can go to the beach, you can do that. So that people are living through your eyes. Make them feel happy, make them feel special, and make money of it.
Do you have an OnlyFans?
I just started with OnlyFans TV, so let's see
Hmm.
how it goes. I'm just working surely but slowly because I used to have it since 2 years ago,
Hmm.
and I deleted because I was just dating this person. He didn't like that. And I lose like a lot of credibility with my fans. So now when I'm gonna start it, I'm gonna start it like properly. I wanna be like repping like everyone like every day, posting every day. Not like, oh, I just fell asleep, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm like, no, I wanna like be taking care of them because I know that I left the platform, like and suddenly the account was lost. Like what's wrong with her? Like she's she's not
Right.
okay.
What would you tell someone that's dating a girl that has an OnlyFans and he doesn't like it, but he's in love with her or he cares about her, but he just has a really, really sour taste in his mouth. What would you tell that guy to help him get over it?
First of all, that thing happened to me because supposedly to do a photo shoot with a model the
Mm.
past weekend, and she told me like my boyfriend broke my camera, broke my phone. He was so
Wow.
pissed off that I'm gonna take pictures with another girl. Like he just wanna like spend vacations with me. He don't want me to go like he's just like jealous and he don't want anything. So
Mm.
with these kind of guys, I understand you are jealous of your girl, but your girl's just making money of posting her picture. Like the guys are just like giving her likes and giving her tips, but the ones who goes to bed with her and hug her is you. So don't be
Yes.
jealous about a part-time job that allows you to like doing everything from your house. You don't have to go to the office. You can manage your own time. So why are you gonna be mad about it? Why you're not proud? Oh my god, it's so hot.
Yeah, I think it comes down to trust, right? Every relationship is based on trust. If you really trust your partner, then obviously within guidelines, um, stuff like that is okay. You'll be able to accept it. I think if you don't trust them and if they give you a reason not to trust them, then that's different. But if they don't give you any reason not to trust them, but let's say you met them and they were an influencer and that's their job, and now you became, you're acquiring feelings for this person, and now at first it was cool because we're not together, we're not dating, but now we are dating, and now I have a problem because now I love you and you're still doing these things. So I feel like guys need to like take a step back and really think, do you actually trust the person? In every relationship, whether it's a business, whether it's romantic relationship, whether it's family, it all comes down to trust.
That's point number one, and they have to realize that working in platforms is just like putting your image out. So the pictures that you're not posting on Instagram, you can make money of it. So don't
Hmm.
think that she's just cheating on you or she's just messaging like random people. She's just having like another type of income. Not
Yes.
everyone has to go to the office 8 hours. We are just wanna work 4 hours per day. Like that's all we need. Like just
Yeah.
leave us where we can do it because after like 78, even if you put all the products you want to put, all the fillers, you're not gonna do it anymore. Or maybe you're not gonna have the same audience because I know like I met this porn star Sarah J in Mexico and she have like a lot of fans. Her page is way more different than me and she's like way with more years. So
Mhm.
yes, be confident about right now because if she likes people, she will still having their fans from all the life. They're not gonna be, oh, she's ugly now.
Right. Absolutely. So I know you're from South America. So if you want, you don't have to. If you could say something in Spanish to the people in South America, something, a meaning or a message that you want to get across, now would be a good time to do that.
This is for my Paraguaya people. Erohaihu Paraguay. That means I miss Paraguay. I really truly miss my family
Yes.
like every
You
day.
can say
Like
it in Spanish. You can say it in Spanish.
extraño Paraguay. Erohaihu Paraguay.
Is that it?
Yes. No, sorry, I say guaraní, that is my language. Te amo Paraguay, te extraño Paraguay. Les pienso mucho todos los días. quiero que estén acá conmigo, pero yo sé que ahora no es el tiempo, pero yo sé que vamos a estar pronto juntos de regreso. Like, I'm really close with my family. And with this COVID situation, my dad is a doctor, my sister's gonna degree like a doctor, so they feel their place is helping people right now. Not going to visit you in Abu Dhabi. Our place right now is helping people. So I truly admire them because they're like such a like great souls. They are not scared of being like, he already have COVID for 3 times. He doesn't care anymore. He's like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. But my job is here
Wow.
helping these people, you know? So this is something that I admire, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to lose you guys. Like, please wear the mask, please put the gel, please, 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 please. So yes, I miss them like so much.
When was the last time you went home?
2 months ago,
Okay.
I went to do a fitness championship. I was like doing diet like crazy. And due to COVID, they say like it's going to be next weekend. So I was like, fuck, another week of diet. It's going to be next weekend. So they did that like for 3 weeks, like playing with our hearts because it
Oh
was Easter.
man.
So imagine Easter, all the chocolates. I'm like, fuck, one more week to go. And the week of the championship, they canceled 4 days before. I was like, this is a joke.
Oh my
However,
gosh.
imagine all these artists, they were like so mad. Everybody in the group was already saying, let's go to the buffet. I'm like, no.
I think that's a good point, though. You're obviously in great shape. I want to talk about fitness real quick, and then we can end it. What would you tell someone that is struggling to lose weight and be in shape like you are, maybe a female, maybe even a male? What would be your overall message?
The overall message is the gym, we have to create the habit you created in 21 days. So even just go outside and walking your puppy for 20, half an hour, you're gonna feel good with yourself and you're gonna like start to see the image that you see on the mirror. And when you grab that habit, it's gonna like literally convert like I'm addicted to it because I wanna keep feeling good, I wanna keep looking good. Point number one. And point number two, gym is only 2 hours per day, 1 hour of cardio, 1 hour of weights. But the other 22 is like mental control of what you eat. Because what you do in the other 22 hours, maybe you can kill yourself in the gym. But after the gym, let me open a chocolate. I'm like, we're not
What
going
would you
anywhere.
tell someone like that? What would you tell someone that's addicted to food, but they work out, but they can't stop eating bad?
You have to have self-control to see results because there's no point of yourself going and kill yourself and then you go to the buffet. Like you're not going to see any progress. You're gonna blame to the coach. You're not giving me the right diet, but you are the one who goes like. And sometimes we drink alcohol. Sometimes instead of doing a cheat day, we do like a cheat week, and we want to like blame the coach. So just make yourself responsible of yourself, weigh yourself. I want to look like this in 10 weeks and go for it. But do it because you want to. Don't blame other people. Oh, this product is bad. The coach is bad. The routine is bad. If you don't follow everything step by step, you're never going to see results. Don't blame like other people. Take
Right.
responsibility.
Absolutely. So I always ask people a couple questions at the end. And so I'm going to ask you now, if Anna had a superpower, what would Anna's superpower be?
Teletransportation. Like I don't want to fly anymore. I'm like I just want to wake up and I'm like in Paraguay. I am in Dubai right now. I am in Bora Bora right now. I am in Maldives right now. Like just like that. That would be the superpower.
All right. If Anna had a billboard and you only had one message to put on that billboard for the rest of eternity, what would that billboard say?
This is like quote that Albert Einstein wrote to her daughter that say that the quintences of life, because there are 4 elements: fire, water, wind, and earth, and the fifth element is love. So love is the quintences of life.
Wow, that's powerful. That's very powerful. What books has Anna gifted, or it could even be documentaries or shows or movies to their friends and family in the past, 6 months
My
to a year?
my favorite book is like a, for a kids book, but if you start to analyze, it's a Little Prince from Saint-Exupéry. It's like a friend writer. So the little prince go for 7 planets, and in each planet he knows like someone different. In one planet he knows his like eternal love that is a rose that you cannot touch her, and she always say like I'm so pretty, I'm so pretty. So what is that sin? He goes to another planet, and there's like a counting guy, and he's like, what are you counting? All my rocks. But you're here by yourself. Yeah, but they're all mine. So you see, that's greedy. So in each planet, he goes and like meet these type of people. So it's like a kid's book, but if you start to analyze it, it's gonna like teach you like so much. So that's why it's my favorite book.
Absolutely. This will be the last thing. What's the one message that you want to tell people right now? If today is your last day on earth, what's the last thing you want to tell people that know
Um,
you, that you care about, that you love?
First of all, I want to say this because your podcast like have like a lot of following. I want to say to all these people that are watching this, I know that this situation is hard. I know that sometimes we don't feel good. I know that sometimes you just want to cry and you don't want to go out of your house. So it's okay to have those feelings, but it's not okay living with that your whole life. So if you need like someone to talk, and of course it's going to be like someone who really is like suffering something, I am able like to open and say, hey, I'm here like listening to you. Because with this COVID situation, like a lot of people get into depression and get even into suicide, get into
Mhm.
alcoholism, get into drugs because they don't want to be here present watching the news every day that someone like more and more and more and more cases. So don't
Yes.
escape with the reality. Just look for a friend, like someone that really like look after you, and start to talk. It's okay to feel bad, but it's not okay to live like that.
Right. Well, I think that's a good way to end it. Anna, I love talking to you. I could talk to you forever. So we have to end this eventually. How do people reach out to you? They want to get in contact with you. Let's say they want to hire you. No creepy guys. Guys, if you're being creepy, just don't respond. Just don't reach out.
um, you
But if
have
someone wants to book you or someone wants to reach out to you, what's the best way?
in the Instagram. There is the Instagram of the agency. They can DM the agency, and the agency for like a real proposal of business inquiry. They could like DM me, and we have
Okay.
a contract, right? So in my Instagram is the
Yes.
Instagram of the agency as well. So thank you a lot for the interview.
Yeah, absolutely. And then last question for everyone. Does Anna actually read her DMs?
I do every
Okay.
day, but sometimes I don't. But I
Sometimes you
don't.
get
I
exhausted.
don't yes. Yeah, being honest, there's like tons of people that do fake profiles. I'm like, why you do that? Why you're not
Yes.
showing your face? Like, this is such a weirdo. Like, I don't want to have conversation with people like this because if you don't show your face, of what are you hiding? Like, this is not
Yes.
okay. I watched like investigation discovery. So I'm like always like, oh, there's something.
Too many crime shows.
Yes.
You want too much murder mysteries on Netflix.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's.
Yeah, that must be exhausting, especially with your fan base. All right, guys. Well, you heard it here first from Anna's mouth to Justin Caviar's ears. This is the Justin Caviar Show, and we are out.